Hello YouTube, this is Charlie426, and today we have the review of the 1 to 100 scale no grade Cherudim Gundam. So about a few years ago, I actually reviewed the HD version, and a lot of people actually watched that review. So I would like to thank everybody who watched that review at the time. It was one of the few, one of the first few mobile suits or kits out there that actually reviewed that had a lot of components, and I had really hard time showing that on the video. And I really did not like the way how the review turned out, but once again, thank you for watching that review. Now I think it's time for the 1 to 100 scale kit. Now it wasn't easy finding this one, but at least I was able to find a very good price one as well. Originally my plan was to get the designer colors version, but that got really rare to this point, and some people were charging a little bit too much for it, so I just decided to get the normal one. Alright, so let's go on with the review. So first of all, let's talk about components. So first of all, what you get, of course, is obviously the Cherudim Gundam itself. Now I'm going to say Cherudim Gundam because that's the way how we say it in Korean. If there's a different pronunciation that you use in your country, do let me know. So obviously we get the mobile suit itself. We have the GN sniper rifle that is stored onto the shoulder. We have all these GN shield bits that are on the the knees, the shoulders, and on the back as well. And then we get the GM pistols that can be also stored onto the backpack as well. So all the equipment can be stored onto the mobile suit, so which is very nice because we don't actually see those type of stuff too often when you think about it. Alright, other than that, here are some other stuff what you get. So you might see the stand here. The HD version also had this kind of thing. So this is for the GN shield bits. So you can pretty much attach the shield bits onto this stand and make your own defense, wall kind of thing going on here. So you can make your own arrangement, but I'll try to follow the one that's mentioned in the manual for the demonstration. And then here are some other stuff that you should be getting. So number one are the hands. So you get some. So currently on the kit right now, you see on the that is on the kit is the multi-purpose hands, which is pretty much for all the weapons. You do not get any other alternative hands for example, you don't get trigger fingers for the guns. Those you attach all the weapons onto those multi-purpose hands. And then here we have some typical fist hands, which is pretty nice because these days a lot of kits don't really come with fist or open hands. Now we do technically get an open hand, but only for the left arm as well. So better than nothing. And here we have a action-based connector, and then here we have this visor part. So which personally I don't think in the series he uses this as often as we think, but still it's there. Of course, this is not the right color. This is supposed to be light blue if I remember correctly. So yeah, just wanted to point that out, and I will be demonstrating this as well. So all the clear parts that comes in this kit comes in just clear. So you're gonna have to color some parts if you want to make it look show accurate. Other than that, here are some stuff. So some leftover parts. So number one, we have 3 leftover polycaps, 2 ball jointed type and just 1 typical polycap as well. And then here we have 3 type of sticker sheets. So I did not use all of them because I just decided to color them, and some I decided to skip it because number one here is a sticker sheet. So most of the stickers are in this, how should I say this, in this dark green color, which I do understand why, but some stickers were very difficult to apply, like these long ones. I did not want them. I really don't like these type of stickers. And then there are these round ones, which are pretty much where you put these in and then you put a clear part on top of it. So on those parts I did not use any of these because they just felt unnecessary as well. And you might have noticed the only ones I use are number one, the chest and the eyes, and then there is this round one, but they do give you a alternative sticker for that as well, which is this one. So this round one goes onto the scope that is on the forehead. This one goes into the GN drive area that is on the waist section on the back. And then here we do get some alternative eye stickers. I kind of felt like this was a little bit unnecessary, so I just went with the old classic one as well. So that's that. And then here we get this. I believe the HD version also had this, and I really hated this sticker. Number one, the color just doesn't look right as well. Number two, if I remember on the HD version, the sticker these did not stick well. So what I did, as you can see on the kit here, let me just get it off the stand, get rid of the stand as well. I decided to color most clear parts in with metallic, with the proper color I had. So the forehead, that's supposed to be red. So although I might have miscalculated a few parts, so I'll get into that when I get there. So yeah, so in the show, this part is supposed to be red, so I decided to go with a metallic red Gundam marker. Although I think I should have just gone with normal red, because there's a lot of smudge going on in the inside. So I colored not the outside but the insides to look as clean as possible, but did not work out too well. So I might need to redo that. All right, so let's start with the articulation. So the head. So the head looks very nice. So number one, the scope. Now the scope, technically you can flip it up, but it's not like it doesn't have like a how should I say? It's not like an opening gimmick. Technically, what you're supposed to do is you have to take it out and then re-stick it onto the right position. So there's no hinge system. There's no hinge system going on. And here is that scope I was talking about, the round sticker. And I think I might have applied it a little bit too on the lower section because it's not exactly in the middle, but it works. So that's that. And there were two extra, how should I say this? Let me just get this into position. So the main reason why I think I should have not colored the inside is because every time I scratch a few parts, the red paint actually goes onto the kit as well. So, but if it was on the outside, there would be no problems. There were these extra 2 round stickers for the head, so those. Oh boy, so let me just get rid of that. So there was these 2 round stickers that were supposed to go onto the head, which are around these cheeks. So you are supposed to apply these darker green stickers, and I absolutely hate those type of round stickers where you have to wrap around an area. So I just decided to skip it, and it doesn't look that bad without the sticker as well. So that's that. So the head articulation can go down that much, up that much, and then 360 should be no problem as well, although it is a little bit on the stiff side, so be careful. The face vents, I decided to color those as well in black, no problem. And another sticker that I was supposed to apply were on these lines on the chest part. So once again, one of those stickers where you have to wrap around, I decided not to use it because I absolutely despise those stickers. So yesterday someone was asking me on Facebook whether there is a space for an LED unit on the main body. I would say there is. So I actually compared it with the manual with the designer colors version, because for those who don't know, the designer colors version actually gives you an LED part as well. So the only difference is that the neck joint here is just, this one is just pure plastic, but I believe the LED, the designer's color version actually comes with a clear peg. So when the LED now turns on, the light will go through the pipe, and so will also show through the eyes. Of course, I believe there should be some extra new parts or a different sticker for the eyes as well. So that's that. So I think we're done with the head. Now let's look at the shoulders. Now the shoulders, they do have a forward and backward movement going on there as well, and then they also have they can go up as well, but I don't think the arms can go entirely up as much, but we are able to get a 90 degree to the side as well, and then 360 twist on the lower arm is possible. And bend wise, we actually get a decent bend, more than 90 degrees, so I say that's pretty much good. And like any other double O kit, we also do have those, once again, clear pieces as well. Now keep in mind the way how these clear pieces works. Why isn't this focusing? So the way how these clear piece works is that you put a dark green sticker on the bottom, and then you apply the cleared part. What I did was that I decided not to use the stickers. I just colored the inside of the clear part in this metallic green color, and I think it turned out pretty okay. And your hands are your pretty typical ball jointed hands, and we also have an extra wrist articulation or movement as well, so that's pretty good. And then the shoulder flaps do move around, and like the HG version, you are able to move these parts up forward and backward as well. Of course, if you pull out a little bit too much, it will pop out, so just be careful about that. Oops, that was close. Sorry about that. And then this part can move up and down as well. And then these shield bits are actually connected to another adapter here, which is a single peg. But these ones are the most toughest pegs out there, so it doesn't really pop out that easily. I believe while taking this one of these shield bits out, I almost broke something, but still, it's not broken yet. So here are one of those pegs, and yeah, there are 2 types of shield bits as well. 3 of them should look like this from the behind, and then there are these other ones that are empty on the inside. So do pay attention for the manual as well. And then on the other shoulder, once again, we can still have that forward and backward movement, but we also have the rifle. Let's just take off one by one to get a better idea. So here we have the rifle. So I believe this clear part is supposed to be light blue if I remember correctly, but once again, I did not have the correct blue color, so I could not really color that. So here it's like rifle, or not exactly rifle, but kind of like semi-machine gun mode, but still we can open this up, pull this to the front and then extend it and close it up and make it into a rifle. And here we have a second handle, so you can do the double hand post if you want to do so. Kind of simple looking rifle, but works. And I actually do like that simple look that is applied onto the design. So yeah. Alright, and then before we go to the weights, let's go over to the backpack. So here we have the backpack. Here, as you can see, you can store in the GM pistols here. Now, in the stored form, their handles is going to be on straight, but once you have it in the hand, you can move the handles like this to make it look like a typical pistol. Now here, the kit came out entirely white in this one, so I had to color the lower blades in silver. I hope I got the right color. I hope I got the right how should I say, area, because I believe I mistaken a few times with this, where I believe sometimes it would be shown a gray pistol and then white blades, but sometimes the other way around. So hopefully I got it right this time. So yeah, that's that. And they plug into the hand pretty well. They might be a little bit on the wobbly side, but still they work. So that's that. And the backpack, here we have this part that moves up and down. Now this is mostly because of these you can pull these parts out for the visor effect part. You attach the visor effect part here. Of course they have to be in front first. And then here we have one of those clear parts. Here, once again, I didn't use the stickers. I basically colored the inside of the clear plastic and then applied it. So that's that. And then here we have more shield bits as well. And then on the butt side, let me just take a few parts off. Here we have one of those clear parts, and below that is a sticker as well. One of those, rainbow color stickers as well. So yeah, we're taking off one by one. And yeah, there goes another one. Alright, so now let's look at the body main movement. So as you can see, the structure is kind of interesting. So you build the top part of the kit as well, and then the mid-waist section and the bottom section is pretty much a single piece, which is why you don't actually see a movement on the bottom. You see the bottom movement from the top. So that is kind of awkward, but still, that's the way how it is. So there's no ab crunch as well. Now, technically, you can move slightly, although I'm not sure this is enough to be considered as ab crunch, but if you're wondering, there is a slight semi-ab crunch going on there. And the side skirts and front skirts are pretty much ball jointed connections. Of course, in this case, the front skirts come in individual pieces. They are not connected together, so no need to worry about that. And then the legs are pretty much your ball joint connection legs. So you do have a side swivel going on here, but not exactly a 360 one, but you can still have a good range. You can go forward at about 90 degrees, and we have a nice bend going on here. And once again, we have another one of those clear pieces going on. The same method I did on the other parts as well. And let's see what we got. So that's that. And then it can go back, not so much, because the back skirt and back stuff are pretty much colliding. And now the feet are pretty interesting. Before we go to the feet, let's talk about the knee. So we have this black section here that that's kind of wiggly, that moves around. I'm not sure why this is necessary, but still, I just wanted to point that out. And this is where the GN shield bit actually connects. Now the feet are pretty interesting. I believe I mentioned this in the HG review as well, but it was a really interesting feet. So number one, the main bottom feet. Here, the green part is actually connected to a ball joint, while this top white section is connected to a peg system going on here, which allows you to move forward and back, side to side as well, and then forward and backward. So you do get like you can get a really nice decent pivot, but the feet design is definitely one of the things that I found really awkward going on here. Definitely not your common Gundam style feet. And then we have these parts, which I can only assume is meant for balance, even for the mole suit itself, because he has a sniper rifle concept, so a sniper concept, so he would require some steady feet as well. Alright, so we've seen the basics of the kit, so I'll be right back with a few demonstrations going on with this kit. Okay, I'm back. So here we have a sniper pose, and then I also rearranged the shield bits into one area. So let's talk about the shield bits first. So understand we have these two clear plastic pieces, so these can be adjusted. So number one, there are these holes on the back, so if you follow the manual, the one should be here, and then the other one, I actually lowered it down because it was a little bit too high, but on the manual they tell you to put it on one of these tops here. So either way, you can adjust the height if you want to do so, and then you can pretty much arrange the shield bits in this position as well. But of course, you can always take it off. For example, you can always take it off and then reposition it in any place you want. So if you have like multiple kits, you should, if you buy, let's say 2 to 3 of these same kits, you should have more shield bits and then more parts to connect. So you can totally make your own design if you want to do so. And now, despite being a pretty old kit, it's still able to do the sniper pose as well, even with the double hand pose, and I say that's a pretty good bonus. And then, yes, you are able to attach the shield, the clear visor part onto the front section here, but once again, it has to be clear blue. So if you plan to color that, do be my guest. But yeah, I think they could have just totally just given you the clear blue pieces. I don't know why it had to be clear at the time, but still. I guess, but still, it's better than nothing. Alright, so we've seen the basic sniper pose and such, so I'll be right back with the pistols. Okay, I'm back. So currently I almost forgot to mention about the folded up version of the rifle. I believe in this form it works like a machine gun, and I actually do like this design as well. So once again, we have the GN shield built in a different position. I almost forgot to mention that regarding the visor, if you don't like it, you can always store it onto the bottom of the stand. Of course, according to the manual, they kind of mentioned that you just plug it in like this, and it should stay there. But once again, it's not the best connection, but it's there if you want to use that. And regarding the articulation, thanks to the articulation, you are able to actually, or the arms is actually able to reach back towards the handle of the stored in GN beam pistols. So if you want to do a one of those pulling out poses, you are able to do so. And once you have it out, it should be easy to do so. And once again, the lower blade also works like a blade, so, and kind of reminds me of a meat cleaver. So if you want to have a a short knife weapon, you can also always use that as well. And that's pretty much it for the review. So once again, this was actually a pretty fun kit, despite how old it is. It was still good quality. Of course, there were some weird areas, especially when it comes to stickers, and also it could be just me, but I always thought the face kind of looked a little bit long. I mean, it doesn't really look that bad in camera, but if you actually look at it up close, it kind of looks a little bit long or kind of awkward time to time. So hopefully hopefully in the future, the Master Grade Bandai decides to release a Master Grade version of this, and it will look pretty good, and I will be ready for it as well. Anyway, this was the review of the 1-to-1 scale Cherudim Gundam. If you're a big fan of this, do definitely get it. Despite how old it is, it's still a pretty good kit. Once again, thanks for watching the review. If you guys got any questions or requests, leave them comment below. I still have more stuff to buy and build and make reviews of, so please stay tuned. Until then, see you guys next time.